Thank you so much, Joanna. Yeah, this is something I'm really excited about. With the age of Aquarius, we are definitely feeling the cosmos activated even more. There is more of a interest and global trend towards people being interested and open with astrology, and especially in business and creating a movement. We need to be able to tailor our messages and what we're sharing to the people that we most want to serve, and also speak to what we're doing in a way that's authentic and true to us. So having the insight of the stars and their makeup and how it informs your destiny, so to speak, although we're not ever bound by things, we all have free will. It's really helpful to have this kind of information. It's fun. It adds a layer of customization, and the day of cookie cutter, one size fits all, this is the way you have to do it, is over. And that's some of the beauty, part of the beauty of having a hive mind, a creatrix mind at your disposal, is that you're going to get a lot of different angles. And you're also going to always be able to return back into that source of your own internal wisdom and have the support of your readings to guide that and be a container for that. So thank you, Miss Joanna. I'm going to share the last piece here of the presentation, and then we'll wrap up. Thank you all for staying on. This is the rest of what we are going to be focused on in the container. We'll have a monthly creative ceremony. This is where I take the theme of what we're working on for that cycle and create a fun and easy way for you to engage and embody that theme. And then we're going to have monthly visibility challenges and a content training around that piece, around deepening your messaging and your positioning. So there'll be a brief training around that every month. Again, we want to make this digestible. So it's going to be a simple, strategic, and easy to implement trainings that will assist you to get out there more. And part of this container is about you being out there and also actively engaging with the feedback that comes your way and iterating and using that in a way that's really concrete and applicable. And so communicate with the women and the people that you're serving that are orbiting your sphere. There's people that you already have a circle of influence with. There's people that are showing up in your field consistently, and we want to be able to tap into what they have to say, why they're showing up, what attracts you to them, and use their words and what they have to say about what your unique genius is, and use that as a way to not have to bend the wheel with your messaging and your marketing. We're going to have a bi-monthly 90-minute Creatrix Mind, and that's going to be similar to how we did the 7-minute share with the 7-minute guidance. Timing will depend on how many women are present each day, but we'll probably stick to that type of a container in terms of the 7-minute flow. We're going to do 3 painting vision quests. So these can be done in person here with me. If you happen to be able to get to Hawaii Island or you're based here, you'll be able to do these with me in person. And these are half-day long painting immersions. And we're going to be tapping into different archetypical energies through these vision quests. So we're going to be working with the archetypical energy of the maverick, the muse, and the mystic. Then, this is really fun, a year from now, we're going to be hosting a Rebel Heart Soul Summit. So each of the women that are part of this group are going to be featured speakers on this summit. And I love interviewing women. And so we're going to, a couple months before getting you ready for your talk, making sure you have a gift, a free gift that allows you to grow your audience and your list. You may already have a free gift, but it might need to be updated. And we want to tailor it specifically to what your movement and your message is, so that the people coming in from the summit who are raising their hand and want to hear more from you, you have a whole way to keep in touch with them. That's called a nurture sequence. We'll get that all, help you set that up so that you have a flow for their experience when they come into your world. What are you sharing with them? How are they receiving value from you? So we have a full year to prep for that. Some of you have already been on these types of series before, but really the invitation, if you've already had an experience, that if you already have a free gift, is to up level your content and your offer so that it's much more in alignment with where you're headed with your movement focus. And then, as we mentioned before, 4 mini elemental astrology readings with Joanna. Her nickname is Sparkle. Here's our curriculum real quick. I know this is a dense slide, but if you could take a screenshot of it if you want. It's a 13-month curriculum. So it's actually 13 months, not 12. You're going to get a bonus month. So all of the themes are around this rebel nature. So the first theme for Scorpio is rebel spirit, rallying your spirit team and creating your manifesto. Rebel Heart is for Sagittarius, amplifying the resonant field of the heart mind. Rebel Prep is for Capricorn, preparing to thrive through chaos. So I want to get us into the tangible ways to make sure that we're sovereign, that we have what we need at home. Rebel Crew for Aquarius is about calling in your crew, really starting to think about who you most want to serve now at this version of who you are now, because you may have been serving one type of person in the past and you're evolving. So starting to call them in powerful ways. Rebel Bliss is about revolutionary pleasure as an act of revolution, that in everything we do, that we can infuse this kind of lens of how can we make it more pleasurable and fun, so that we're not burnt out, that our movements aren't fueled by this false sense of fuel, that it's actually fueled by a sense of passion and flow and our Shakti energy. Rebel 1 is for Aries, and this is about what one of my mentors calls your loneliness factor, your unique rebel heart. What are you saying about you that's unique and different about you and your movement that no one else can claim? Rebel Love is about self-care and self-love. Rebel Song during Gemini season, I'm really excited about this. You're going to write your own theme song. I have a background in music and I'm a singer-songwriter, so I'm going to lead you all in a journey to write your own song. And either you could perform it or you can find someone else, but I'm going to encourage you to at least be a backup singer on your own song when you do record it, because your voice needs to be a part of that. Rebel Cry is about examining the why that makes your people cry. So getting into the pain points. Really, we want to focus on what are your soul crew so passionate about that it would inspire them to cry tears, and getting into how to communicate that and how to weave that into your messaging. So the benefit of this is that they feel like you know them, that they have a sense that you understand their struggles and their frustrations, and you also understand their motivations and aspirations and what's going to encourage them to say yes to joining your movement and working with you. Rebel Creatrix in Leo season is creating your first or your next free offer. And this is going to be what you're going to be offering during that summit. And you can offer it wherever you want, frankly, but really creating a really powerful free offer that is irresistible to the perfect people that you've identified through the Rebel Crew season and through the Rebel Cry work that you've done to research what people are looking for and what would be a compelling thing. Because there's, I think, 5 million new businesses started in this past year. So how are we going to stand out? What are you saying about your authentic truth and what you have to share that's unique and different that allows you to stand out to the perfect people for you? You're not for everyone. Our movements aren't for everyone. So we want to be not only attracting to those that we're meant to serve, but repelling to those that we're not meant to serve. Rebel Systems is establishing foundational systems. Rebel Launch is about launching your movement. Rebel Power is about the summit, where we're all coming together and promoting that and sharing that. And it's going to be the culmination of our whole time together. And then the bonus 13-month is the celebration with Rebel Leader, and that's our Bloom gathering here in Hawaii, for those of you can make it. Okay, so I just want to leave you, sisters, with this idea that you are the movement, that your everyday choices, your everyday actions, where you choose to spend your money, how you choose to hold the perspective of who you are, who you came to be, who you came to serve, and your unique contribution to this new earth unfolding, to this dawning of the golden age. It's up to you. And you get to weave your web and play with the people that you want to play with. It's your canvas. And so I'm really encouraging you to just know here in your heart that you are ready where you're at. If you're feeling inspired by this rebel call, this rebel cry to be the next level of your new earth leadership, to be in more collaboration and communion with other sisters who are scattered around the world, in this dawning of the golden age movement, in this movement to birth humanity's awakening in your own unique way. You are the movement, and you don't have to get overwhelmed by the enormity of your vision, because I can relate to that. When you're a visionary, it's like, gosh, where do I even get started? Well, it's really about what Jefferson calls the slight edge. Every day, taking small, consistent actions that over time, and we're going to have these 13 months together to see all of our progress. You're going to be amazed by all the progress you make in 1 year. And when we do it in community together too, you're going to be celebrated and honored and witnessed and seen all along the way. So the next step is to apply for a discovery call with me. And you just go to bit.ly Rebel Heart Discovery to do that. I want to make sure that the women that are raising their hands for this are an aligned fit, that we're an aligned fit for you, and that you're an aligned fit for us, and that we feel thrilled and absolutely like stoked beyond belief to be doing this together. It's really more about creating a synergistic group than like just taking anyone in because they, want in. It's really about creating this synergistic, soul-led, rebel heart creatrix energy amongst all of us. So it is important that we feel resonant. And so, and I also want to say that I will share the investment with you for the year there on the call if you want to learn more about that. And I don't want the investment to be an issue for anyone. So we will find a way to make it happen for you. The investment is pretty affordable given everything that we're going to be doing together and the nature of and the caliber of this container and how invested I am, and Joanna and all of the other sisters. There are a couple of women already that are part of this. So we want to invite you in if you're feeling inspired by this, and let's not have finances be a limiting factor. So we'll find a way. I'm open to partial trades and finding creative ways to make it happen through creative funding sources. Andrea has been a part of Sovereign Creatrix, and I'm so happy you're coming back on to check out how this is evolving, because
it sounds amazing. I think I just caught where I was like, you're going through all the months, and I was like, what? There's so many things you haven't told us that you do, and it's like you just keep pulling things out of your little hat.
I know. This is it's on now. It's game's on. It's just time to blast off. And that's what I'm committed to doing with this container and supporting you all, ladies. And it's going to be unique to you because it's my vision for humanity might be different from yours. And so that's really what we're going to clarify right off the bat so that we can make sure, and your sisters knowing what you're up to is really going to be a powerful way to hold yourself accountable and for us to be able to support what you're doing too. So having that through line of like, here's what I'm working on, here's how it's going. I tested this, it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. Sisters have any advice for tweaking this. We're all each other's audiences too. So like market research, not having to create something in a vacuum. That's really valuable because oftentimes people will create offerings without really vetting the crowd and not having a sense of what people are looking for, or using language that we understand, but maybe your ideal person doesn't. And we're all spiritual here too. So a lot of us use this like language that sometimes goes over the head of our people when they really could benefit. And so having us to support you and vet what you're working on can be really powerful too. Thank you so much, sisters. I pray this was inspiring for you and that you receive value, whether or not the Creatrix Mind's for you or not. Just know I'm rooting for you. I would love to explore if this is to you. Let's just have a conversation about it and see what kind of magic we can create together. And I appreciate you all for coming on and sharing your hearts and your support and your cheerleading and all of your beautiful new earth vision. It's been really a treat. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful day.
Namaste.
Sisters. Bye.